President Donald J. Trump recently made a statement, and he said, "I want to make it unmistakably clear that I'm protecting the people from evictions." You guys are watching Talks with Ryan. Like, share, and subscribe, and let's get into today's video. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me. Today we got a really good video. We have a scenario right now all across the United States. Banners against renters' evictions reading "No job, no rent" is displayed on a controlled rent building in Washington, D.C. on August 9th of 2020. Here's the catch. Government has pulled the same old trick that it's pulled for years and years and years. They've created this massive problem, except now, instead of offering solutions, there's only one solution. And the people basically have to take it or be homeless. So, right now the government has the people of the United States, the renters, in checkmate. They have no other choice. Donald Trump, through an executive order, 13945, I believe, has handed over the authority that he claims that he has, which I don't believe he has constitutionally, to the CDC, where they can now halt evictions. They stop the eviction process and the people get to keep their homes. Sounds great, right? Government caused the problem. Now they're stepping in to be the savior of the problem. But there's one big catch that a lot of people aren't realizing, and a lot of these renters don't really have no choice to even realize anything. Even if they do get it, they still don't have a choice. Therefore, government wins. So the CDC steps in and halts the evictions, right? Well, what happens to the landlord when he don't get to pay his rent for the complexes and the buildings that are providing homes to all these people? What's going to happen then? Well, I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen then. That's when the United States government is going to step in and tell the landlords, hey, people haven't been paying rent and you're going broke. Therefore, you have no choice but to let us buy you out. And that's exactly why they're doing this. They're going to buy up every bit of rental property in the United States. And it's all going to be owned by the United States government or the Federal Reserve. Either one is very, very dangerous. But, it's almost a scenario like you hear a mouse in your drawer or cabinet in your house. You set a trap and then pretend you're the government and you step back and you're in your house laying in the bed. It's quiet and you're just listening, just sitting there in dead silence, and you're listening, and then you hear that trap snap and you know you got them. That's exactly what the government is doing to its own people right now. All right, let's look into this executive order. By the authority vested in me as president by the Constitution and the law of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered as followed. And it goes in to say the novel pandemic, which has continued to pose a significant threat to the health of Americans throughout the United States. Basically saying that my administration will take whatever steps are necessary to reduce the spread of this virus and maintain economic prosperity. Now, on the other hand, luckily, some of the Republican members of Congress have challenged the president's unprecedented seizure of private property. The CDC does not have the authority to do this. It is dangerous, precedent, and bad policy. And that was from Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky. He's a Republican out of Kentucky. Now, Rand Paul's tweet was followed up by Thomas Massey, also another Republican representative out of Kentucky. He took to Twitter and basically expressed his opposition to the president's power grab, as he called it. He said rental contracts are governed by state law. There is no federal authority to overturn them. The CDC order is an effort to the rule of law. All right, here's an article from the CDC.gov. It says, although the CDC Foundation was chartered by the Congress, it is not a government agency nor a division of the CDC. It's a private, nonprofit organization. And also, they take money from private donors, such as Bill Gates. He donated $13.5 million to the CDC. And if you possibly don't see that as a conflict of interest, the CDC Deputy Director Dave Fleming has now joined the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So therefore, they're all one big compact unit, sucking the money out of the American people, while these small landlords struggle and the renters can't pay none of their bills and the landlords can't pay none of their bills. So basically, there's 8 million individual landlords in the U.S. who typically own between 1 and 10 properties. They own and manage half the rental properties in the nation and house about 48 million renters. To date, the only help available to the landlord is the ability to take losses greater than $500,000 within a tax year. This is a recent article from Business Insider. It says if we don't protect small businesses during and after the pandemic, corporate America will swallow them whole. And this is what's happening right now. It happened before with like the airlines. I don't know if you guys remember, but it's consolidation. For example, several years ago, there was 15 or 20 different pretty good sized named airline companies. And over the years, the more people that flocked to certain companies, they grew in size. Therefore, it gave them the capability to swallow up these smaller companies and merge as the bigger company's host name. Therefore, basically giving the smaller companies no option but to sell out and break even and hopefully come a little bit ahead. But this is from economics. The Fed is buying up $41 billion of assets daily. What we're actually seeing is the end of the middle class. Corporate America is buying up modern day middle class America, which is the same effect that it's going to have from the big airlines buying up all the small airlines. Eventually, we will only have one. And that's what they're shooting for, if you know what I'm talking about. The one government, the one religion. But that is the typical goal for this whole scenario. And basically, I mean, it's a trick. It's erasing the middle class. Anything that is less than a franchise business will not survive this. It's part of Agenda 21. We've wondered for years how they're going to do it, and this is how they plan to do it. Now, I just want to go over a couple more short articles. More than 100,000 businesses have closed their doors forever, ever since this whole thing has been escalating. And it's hard to tell how many of them were burnt down in the recent wildfires or the riots, but according to Torsten Slok of Deutsche Bank, the chief economist, he quoted, "The amounts being purchased are enormous." Guys, the basic point I'm trying to get across is if we don't wise up and stop following these politicians every breath, them along with these elite banksters and the Federal Reserve is going to end up buying up every single asset, business, home, rental property in this entire country. And there's not going to be nothing we can do to stop it. So we're going to have to wise up, stop looking at the ground, take off our muzzles, and start talking to people. Start sharing this information and get the word out and let people know what's really going on in this country. Other than that, guys, make sure and leave this video a thumbs up, share it on your social media, and if you're new to the channel, make sure and hit that subscribe button before you head out. And don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments section below, guys. I appreciate everybody so much, and I will see you all in the next video.